Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we have two fractions in the ODM party. One fraction is referring to itself as the Linda Ground fraction, a fraction that now took over the ODM leadership with Oburu Odinga, the party leader. The other fraction is the Linda Mwananchi fraction, which now is being led by Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, Babu Owino, Osoti, and the team. These are the two major fractions. The Linda Ground fraction believes and subscribes to the leadership of one President William Ruto. The other one, where Sifuna belongs, they oppose President Ruto's leadership. These are the two fractions. So the Linda Ground fraction, where Joho, Oburu, and the team belong, was in Coast Region at Malindi for a youth convention 2026. That is the Linda Ground team. And this was a rally, well mobilized, leaders on the ground. Then one of the leaders in that event, when she was granted an opportunity to address the youth, she asked one question in Swahili: kati ya William Ruto na Gachagwa, ukipewa nafasi ya kuchagua, utachagua nani? A youth donning an orange t-shirt lifted the hand to answer the question, and he was handed over the microphone to respond to that question. Shock to the person who asked that question and the leaders present, kina Joe wakiwa pale. The response was not what they expected. That youth, in his response, he said that he will choose Gachagwa over William Ruto. Kama ni wewe na ulikuwa unaongoza rally kama hii, utaendelea ama itafika mwisho? Kwa sababu hata yule alikuwa anauliza swali alikuwa na predetermined decision or answer.
Aende asiende. Na mimi nataka niulize swali la mwisho. Kati ya William Samoei Ruto na Gachagwa, mnapatia nani president? Nani huyo? Njoo.
Gachagwa.
Now, why are the youth choosing Rigathi Gachagua over President William Ruto? That is the big question on this Punchline. A discussion I would want us to have. But before we go deep into that discussion, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, one thing that I'm learning from this video, and a lesson for Linda Ground team, is that this team walienda kulinda ground bila kufikiria mambo kuhusu kusikiza ground. Hawezi linda ground bila kusikiza kile ground inataka. It is good you listen to the ground before you go and say that you are securing the ground. You can't secure or protect the ground without listening to the ground. So one big question that Oburu Odinga's team should be asking themselves, are they listening to the ground before they say they want to protect the ground? You can't protect that which you don't know what they want. You cannot purport to be protecting what you don't know. At first place, you must know what you are protecting. So in conclusion, Oburu Odinga's team is protecting that which they don't know about. Lazima ujue ni mtu gani una protect. Huwezi protect mtu haujui. Na utajuaje mtu ambaye una protect? Ni lazima usikize huyu mtu ujue ni nini anataka. That's the first point. So, the person who answered this question really gives a lesson to this team. They went to protect what they don't know. So first place, if they want things to work in their favor or in their interest, and the questions answered in a way they expect, at first place, they must listen to the ground. So ODM is not listening to the ground. They are only purporting to be protecting the ground. That's why the answer was so. Just imagining, if you are the one leading this rally, I think this answer can just bring an end of the rally. That is the end of the day. The single response only summarizes the entire rally. You don't need to continue, you just need to end from there. Because the only thing people will remember is that response, the choice between Ruto and Gachagwa. That is what people are going to remember. And I know Gachagwa's team will pick this video and it is going to trend on their pages. The choice of Gachagwa over William Ruto in a Linda ground rally, which subscribe to William Ruto's politics. Yani watu wa Ruto wenyewe wametengeneza mkutano, alafu hiyo mkutano ina-endorse Gachagwa over William Ruto. The other lesson I learned from this statement is that anything against William Ruto, the president, carries the day. What majority of Kenyans have believed is that President Ruto is leading the country to a wrong direction. So, anything that opposes a person believed to be leading a country in a wrong direction will carry the day. And this can be one of the reasons why Sifuna, Orengo, Babu Owino, Osote and the team can easily mobilize a crowd and address without any problem. They were in Vihiga and they addressed the crowd with ease, a lot of ease. I was there, I saw it. They just learned in a blink of an eye, there is a crowd to address. They oppose the wrongs done by the government. If it is ministers or PSS or whatever who are making the mistakes in this government, at the end of the day, President Ruto carries the blame. So it is him who is in charge of that government. So it tells you that the president should always prepare to carry the blame. Today we are talking about high cost of fuel, high cost of living, the problem in CBC, healthcare is in a problem. There is a lot of empty promises which cannot be fulfilled, relaunching of existing projects. The policies of Kenya Kwanza have made investors to walk away from this country. People are unemployed. The issue of corruption, there's no concrete solution to that. If you sum them together, it is very easy for anyone to say, Ruto must go. So anything against President Ruto can carry the day. Hiyo swali msiulize siku ingine. Unless if you have staged people who will respond to that question. Labda hivyo. Now, this was a youth convention, which then has turned into old men convention. It was to talk about the issues touching on the youth. Now you have turned it into discussion about Ruto and Gachagwa, who are not youth. They are in their 60s. How watu wote wako kwa 60s? Naelekea kwa 70. How come they become the real topic of the youth rather than bringing agendas touching on the youth? It can cause such kind of response. So, at the end of the day, it is heartbreaking to ODM and to President Ruto that someone in an orange t-shirt, in an ODM rally, well mobilized, goes on to endorse Ruto's main opponent. Akifikiria tu anasema, ukitaja Gachagwa watu watakataa. Ndio Gachagwa mara nyingi ametumia hata lugha ya ukabila ambayo haifai. Ndio Gachagwa saa zingine anaonekana ni mtu who can be a dictator just like President Ruto. Lakini watu wanachagua Gachagwa against Ruto. Anything that opposes Ruto will be something people will be embracing. That is something that Ruto should sit down and think, really, alikosea wapi kabisa ndio Wakenya wamkatae kwa kiwango hiki. He must be a listening president. Leader ground must be listening team. They should listen more than they talk. They should not talk too much. They should listen more to the people.